Iran is urging Europe to lean on the US to lift economic sanctions imposed against them. The comment is the first condition ahead of Tuesday's talks in Vienna, aimed at restoring the 2015 deal between Tehran and global powers.
Whether the Joint Commission's agenda produces a result or not depends on the Europeans and the 4+1 reminding the US of its obligations and the Americans acting on their commitments.
Iran has ruled out face-to-face bilateral discussions, but the presence of both Iran and the United States in the Austrian capital should help focus efforts to bring all sides back into compliance with the deal. Also known as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the deal promised Iran relief from international sanctions in exchange for limits on its nuclear program. President Donald Trump pulled out of it in 2018, saying it was a one-sided, horrible deal. His successor Joe Biden has promised to rejoin the agreement, but on the condition that Iran first returns to nuclear commitments, the one suspended in response to reimposed sanctions. Tehran, however, says Washington has first to end the sanctions which have crippled the Iranian economy. Jay Marcus, Iran News.
Iran analyst Soraya Lenny believes there is enough will for all parties to resume the deal.
Well, I don't think it's as difficult as it was to reach the agreement in the first place. This crisis started around 2006 and the deal was reached in 2015. That gives you a good idea about how long it took to work things out. I think there's a lot of will to get back into the deal. The consistent message from Tehran is if the US is back in compliance, Iran will be back in compliance. And the consistent message, even during the debates and when he was running for President Joe Biden, his position was that the United States wanted to rejoin the JCPOA, didn't want a new agreement, an expanded agreement. It wanted to rejoin the deal as it is. So I think these are both good signs. And the fact that everyone's going to be in Vienna at the same time, that's very important.
How badly does each side need the deal up and running again?
I think they all need the deal in different ways. Of course, the Iranian economy, the Iranian people need the deal more than anybody because sanctions, 4 decades of sanctions, and then specifically sanctions under Obama and then Trump, and now, of course, Joe Biden, who hasn't repealed any US sanctions, by the way. These are really, really harmful on the Iranian population, civilians, and this has nothing to do with international politics. These are just normal people. So they need a reprieve. They need the deal. The United States, well, the United States can continue as it wants to, engaging in wars and, manufactured conflicts if it really wants to continue in the way that it has vis-a-vis Iran policy for the last 4 decades. But if they really do want to change, then I think that this is probably a good time to reset that relationship or at least move in a better direction.